guys, and welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot readings from the heart. So today's reading is your love and romance reading, and this is for the February 2015. This is also for the zodiac sign of Capricorn. So Capricorn, just to remind you how I do these readings, I use two different decks of cards. The first one being my Rider-Waite tarot deck, the second one being my romance angels, my romance oracle angels. Let me get that straight. My romance angels oracle card deck. Okay. Now, how I do it is, with the first deck, the tarot deck from the Rider-Waite, I will shuffle those cards and intuitively pick one card which will serve as a potential message to how it sees your love life going in the month of February. Love and romance life going in the month of February 2015. The second deck of cards, which is your romance angels cards, I will also shuffle off screen again, and I will intuitively pick one card which will serve as a message or guidance from your angel on how they see your love life going, or just general advice for your love life. Okay, here we go. Capricorn, the tarot card that was picked for you guys is the Five of Swords. Now, I always interpret this card in two ways. The first way that it can be interpreted as you guys being the victor, okay? So, you know, overcoming obstacles, overcoming fears, overcoming things that potentially stood in your way. But in the mainstream, this card can be interpreted about kind of petty rivals, petty arguments, winning the day but not winning the war. Do you see what I mean? So, I think that what this card is saying in terms of you guys who are attached, that for some of you guys, if you resonate with this, then let me know. It could be that you've been having back and forth quarrels with your partner, or there's some conflict that goes on, and one day you might win the argument and one day your partner might win the argument, but nobody really wins. They're just kind of temporary little victories that don't really take you anywhere. And this card is really saying that compromise and talking things through are really the answer. That putting your energies into winning a fight with your partner is not the way to go, because it really doesn't sort of benefit you and it doesn't really get you anywhere. So this card is all about, I guess, that you're fighting more than you're loving some of the time, and that you need, what am I trying to say here? You need to kind of express yourselves in much more of an because this isn't an equal looking picture, okay? Somebody's won through at the loss of two others, okay? So I think what this card is saying is that you need to kind of have this equality going on in your relationship. You need to both be able to win. So for some of you guys, it could be that you're going through some conflicts in your relationship, and sometimes there's a lack of balance and a lack of harmony there, and that sometimes you win the fight and sometimes your partner wins the fight, but that doesn't really serve you. That's just a temporary victory, and that true victory is when you can actually come to a mutual understanding. So for some of you guys, this Five of Swords really is just acting as a message that you really need to talk things through, and instead of kind of being at loggerheads and kind of wanting to win the day and kind of wanting to be the person who's right or whatever, then you really need to kind of find a way to compromise and find a way that, you know, there is equality brought back into your relationship. For you guys who are single, this card would really denote for some of you guys that you're too much focused on what other people think of you, rather than being focused on who you are as a person. And that you need to kind of focus less on winning the race, less on the competition. You need to focus more on who you are as a person, okay? Because when we focus on ourselves as a person, that's where true love comes from. So this card is really about focusing more on you as a human being, focusing on your own growth, your own mental and spiritual and emotional growth, rather than focusing on what other people are thinking about you and how other people see you in the world. Because, to be perfectly honest, a lot of the time what other people think of us is kind of irrelevant in the greater scheme of things. Not unless they're your boss and you want to keep your job, you know. So in terms of your, and I'll call it love life, because this isn't so much a card to do with romance for you guys if you're single. This is to do with really kind of working on who you are. And that it's not always about being the person ahead in the race. Sometimes it's about really working on ourselves inwardly. And that's the way that we win the race. So guys, that's your love and romantic reading for the month of February 2015. And I'm going to show you now what the angels have picked out for you guys in the month of February as advice for your love life. And the card was New Love. Woo, look at that. Beautiful. Capricorn, the angels are saying a new person has stirred your romantic feelings. And I'll go on and tell you exactly what they say. They say, romance angels have sent you this message like a Valentine's greeting, signalling the introduction of someone new into your love life. Perhaps you recently met this person and you were interested. This card validates that your connection was real and mutual. It's safe for you to explore it. If ready for a committed relationship, consult your angels or other trusted person for insight. Also, you may want to rush into the arms of a suitor, but reality over the guilt of the affair will soon weigh heavily on you. Confront the issues within your present relationship. The card could also mean that you'll soon meet a new person. Keep faith that love is in your cards. You deserve love and you are lovable. Be aware that you never know when your partner will arrive. Very interesting. It's kind of like a threefold message there. The first message is for you guys, that for some of you guys, you may have met someone that kind of stirred your emotions and you kind of want to take it to another level, and this card is really saying that it's safe to take it there because potentially that person could be just right for you. So don't be afraid to ask them out, okay? Don't be afraid to kind of say, hey, would you like to go for a drink, or would you like to go for dinner, or would you like to go to the movies? Okay, so potentially for some of you guys who have already kind of got your eye on someone and you're kind of interested in them at the moment, but you're not really knowing whether you should take a move, this card is saying from the angels that potentially this person could be your new love. So just take the reins and just take that risk and just sort of go for it. Ask them out. Don't be afraid. The other thing is, and it really ties in kind of with this Five of Swords, we were speaking about if you were attached, and that potentially for some of you guys there could be kind of some kind of struggle or strife going on in the relationship, and it's a kind of a to and a fro thing. There's a lot more fighting than there is more loving. You know, you fight then you love, you fight then you love, and one of you might win the battle one day and then one of you might win the battle the next day, and there's that kind of horrible merry-go-round going around there. For some of you guys it could be a case of in February somebody else comes on the scene. You kind of like, I just want to have a bit of fun, or I just want to teach my partner a lesson. Some people do think like that, funnily enough. I'm not saying you guys do, but some people do. Or, you know, I'd like to see what it's like to go with this person. And the angels are really saying that if that is the case, if you are tempted by something, you're in a relationship that might be a little bit tempestuous, and you are tempted by somebody else in February who happens to come along, then really what you need to do is, if you still have hope for your relationship, then you need to severely consider whether you would be going that way with someone else, whether you would kind of take it there with someone else, because you could have a guilt trip over a potential affair. For some of you guys, obviously this is a general reading, so for some people it might apply, for some people it might not. And really that you need to kind of talk through, as I said, the issues in your relationship, your current relationship, before jumping into something else. And finally, for some of you single Capricorns out there, there could be new love coming in for you. And that really in order to have new love coming, you need to really know that you deserve to be loved, and that you are definitely lovable as a human being, okay? So you deserve to have something good happen for you. You deserve to have a nice new romantic partner come into your life. So the angels are really just saying, be aware of that, and be aware that love could just be around the corner, because you just never know when it's going to arrive. But potentially for February, there could be a new partner coming in for some of you guys. But really, it's all about being in alignment, and it's all about knowing that you deserve to have that, and you deserve to be happy, and you deserve to have someone who's going to love you as much as you love them right back. So guys, that's the end of your love and romantic reading for the month of February 2015, and I will be back shortly with your February general reading. So I'll see you on that reading. Take care.